Hello, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to continue work on my mega base, specifically the brown section of the diagram shown here. Last time I worked on the mega base, I worked on the purple section, which is where I ended up keeping my sheep, and among other things. Today we're going to work on the brown circle. This is where I'm going to keep my villagers. The idea is I'm going to have a couple semicircles going around the perimeter of the circle, and those are going to be houses. And within each house we'll have 4 villagers each. And so, yeah, let's get right into it. When I started this project, I did not quite have a plan yet. Twin and I had just finished with the sheep farm, and we didn't know what we were doing quite yet. So we started by making a box. I figured that if I made something, I would have a start and I'd be able to figure it out later. At least I'd have something to build off of, right? Well, I was wrong. When I found some time, I found a website and it made me a circle, and I looked at all the dimensions and what I had to mine out, and I realized that in making my square I had mined out a bit too much stuff, so I had to round some corners off. But you know, it is what it is. And with the corners no longer being corners, I decided my next clear step would have been to go around the perimeter of the build. The last thing I wanted was to be making calculations and double checking my work every 5 minutes. Of course, this was no easy task, and I'd probably say this was the most painful part of the build. And then I cleared the middle. Now I just had to work my way down. And then I started clearing out everything else. And I mined. And I mined. And after that I mined some more. And then after that I mined more. And when all was said and done, I mined some more. And then I kept mining. A few more sessions later and I was still mining. And then I mined again. And finally, I mined some more. And then I was done. And now that everything was done, it was time to start building. When started, I ended up finishing. You did your best, buddy. But yeah, I understand why you quit. This build was so confusing. I was having a hard time. The video we had was great, but it's really hard to copy from a video. My word of advice, never ever do that if you can get away with it. Anyways, I struggled with just trying to place carpet down to outline the shape, and then finally we got to building. Holy shit. It's done. Well, that was a relief. Now I could finally get to building some houses. Bottom layer was the easiest. It was basically just a skeleton of wood logs that I had to fill in with cobblestone, so that was pretty easy going. First, I had to deal with the floor. There were spaces between the carpet that had to be filled with wood planks, so I started on that. I also picked up all the carpet and replaced it with cobblestone because I needed an outline for the build. And here's the skeleton of the walls that I mentioned earlier. As you can see, I have a lot of wood logs. The idea is I'm going to fill all of this in with cobblestone. And there we have everything filled in. So there's the first floor of the houses. We've got stairs, windows, and doors. These stairs are so that we can get up to the second level instead of having the stairs inside the build itself, because that would just take up way too much space. That's here. We need more doors. 1, 2, 3. Makes it 4 blocks tall. I think I need stairs. I'm going to need doors. Wood stairs, I should specify. That's not correct. The tricky part. Oh! I thought I was crouched. Oh. Oh my goodness. It looks great. Okay, I need to move these over. Okay. So it's 4, I think. I'm just gonna put that there as a placeholder. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh. Skipped a step. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, this is supposed to be 4 blocks. I'm going to ignore that I did that. Hang on a second. Yeah, I gotta do one more here. Oh, that's backwards now. Oh, that's backwards. Okay. Um, um, oh, okay. So there's these logs. There's on top. Hey, fix that. I haven't even thought about the walls yet. I'm just working on what's up here. Well, I have to go down to get across. Up. Right, this is the fun part. There's an ordinary wood block here. Okay, now I gotta bring it all together. That's not right. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, that almost ended in a fall. Yeah, I definitely need to put up here so that it's not dark. Not a solid block. Fantastic. Well, no. All right. I need to mirror that on 3 more sides. That's easy enough to achieve. That did not work out how I hoped it would. Okay, I'm gonna go get food before I pinata. Um, okay. We're gonna go plank, 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 log, strip log. I believe it's the exact same thing on this side. So plank, 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 log, log, strip log, strip log. Oh, all hole right here. That's not correct. think that finishes the roof off. That's what I figured. A log all the way across. You have some more stairs. Um. Oh. There's a hole there. Huh. Hmm. This is supposed to be a window, isn't it? That was one successful house. Now I just had to do that 13 more times. At least they were simple houses. I caught on to the pattern pretty quick and stopped needing the guide. It went pretty smooth after this. So I finished the houses and then I added some walkways and I messed up the floor a bit. I wanted to go for a kind of underground feel. Like, I am building a village underground after all. So I wanted to use rocks for the floor, which I think I did a pretty good job. Next I added a fountain. It's not my best work, but it's also not my worst work. So I think that's a win. And honestly, I think it also fits. It's not terrible looking, in my opinion. You guys can hate me in the comments if you want to, but I think it's nice. And finally, I added some street lamps, because who doesn't like some street lamps? Well, that's the build. Still got stuff to do. The dirt behind me is the original mine shaft, which I don't know if I'm gonna move that or find a way to work around that. But that's how it is for now. But yeah, the village is done. Behind me, between those houses, I'm going to put a mob grinder next. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when I'll get around to posting that, but it's coming. Another piece of the project is coming. As for now, y'all can hit like, subscribe, give me your hate comments in the comment section. I promise I will not get you in trouble. I do not care. Also, in my description, I have some links for other content. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. So if you're interested in any of those, feel free to check those out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.